Hey guys, I'm Orla from your Women's Gear Review channel, and today we are reviewing the Compass Backpack from Solgaard. Just a wee disclaimer, this backpack was sent out for review, but by no means did that jeopardize my honest opinion and honest review. They have not seen this prior to it going live or anything, or asked me to say anything about the backpack, so just rest assured it is my honest opinion. In this review, we have sectioned it off into a wee summary, features, fit check. We'll pack up the bag as well so you can see what you can get into it. We'll do a wee airline test, water test, and some pros and cons. And of course, if there is anything that you would like to know about this backpack that we haven't mentioned, then just pop us a wee comment below and we'll be sure to get back to you. So this backpack is priced at $165 US. One of the great things about Solgaard is their sustainability as a brand. They are putting in the effort for their materials to be flowing back in and out and being used again to extend the life of our planet's resources, which is amazing. They also have more details over on their website as well. They use Shortex, which was recognized by Fast Company's world-changing ideas, and this can easily be recycled alongside plastic bottles. The dimensions of this backpack are 40 by 28 by 11 in centimeters. That is 15.8 by 11 by 4.5 in inches. It is a weight of 2.2 pounds, and the capacity is just a little under 18 litres. For the colours over on their website, they do have a wee array of colours. Now, they've got some gorgeous names, but I promise you I would absolutely butcher them, so I'm just going to call them as I see them. You've got the black that we have here. You can opt for the grey, navy, lavender and green. So for the shape and style, as you can see, it sits so gracefully up by itself on its own here, which is great for in terms of keeping your valuables safe. You don't want a backpack that usually just rolls over, especially if you have any electronics in the front as well. It does have a lot of sufficient padding throughout it, but also holds a little bit of flexibility, so it means that you can max it out to its capacity. In terms of the style, it is quite different. I'd have to say, if you're looking for a bit of a more urban look to it, I mean, the black is grand, but the other colours just make it pop a little. But if you are looking for a more businessy style travel backpack, we personal item one, then this is for you. Interesting that they've gone with this design with the kind of tote handles here on the top. So kind of great in terms of just pulling on this instead of pulling onto the straps. It is a unique wee style. It can be used for business, urban, travel. It's got a wide range of uses. Solgaard do offer lifetime warranty and returns. Currently at this time though, they only ship to the US, Canada and Mexico. They do want people to email them if they are interested in having Solgaard shipped to their country, because within time I'm assuming they want to go worldwide, UK being one, Solgaard. We have reviewed 2 of their backpacks over on our channel already. I'm also going to be reviewing their carry-on closet light, so that review will be up soon as well. It's just great for in terms of their backpacks that I've noticed, especially with their life pack. I believe that's the one that Kazi has, and she's traveled to 40 plus countries with that backpack and it is still holding on. Okay, time to get cracking on with the features. So externally, you don't have a lot going on with the branding specifically. You've just got Solgaard here on the front. There is some implemented on the back here that's going in line with their sustainability. They also have it implemented on the hardware as well. Just nice little subtle touches. It's not just in your face Solgaard, 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 Solgaard. I don't know if you can see this kind of staining. I don't know where that's come from, and it's not visible to me when I'm wearing it and have been testing it. I've found no issues, but it's somehow picking it up on camera. I don't know if you can see those little moments. Kind of wondering what those are. So externally, we are going to pack up this backpack so we'll be able to see what we can fit in terms of water bottles and sizes, but let's just run through all the features and then we'll do all of that towards the end. You've got this pocket that opens up in a wee zip motion here, and you've got a little bit of net here. There is no stretch to this, so it can feel like you're limited to what you're putting in there. You've got this that goes right round, so there is still space, but I wouldn't be optimistic to be fitting in a 1 litre or even a 2 litre. We'll check it out soon. But this netting is really, really tough. It doesn't feel like it's gonna rip. There's a lot of durability to it, so that is nice as well. And when you're not using it, you can kind of stow it away, so just stays in line with the sleek design. You do then have these handles on the top. It's just that seatbelt material style. They're grand. They're just there for more so for me anyways, for aesthetics. I do kind of grab it from these handles instead of grabbing it from the straps, because then that just saves the straps a lot. So they're quite good in that aspect. And then I guess you could kind of hide the zip in there, make it kind of anti-thefty. First pocket, you do have this lovely little flap, so it is well hidden. You don't really see that first pocket there. You open it up. These zips are absolutely stunning. I love how they are customed here. It's just beautiful. Goes in line. It's not a coated zip, just to be aware, but it does run really smoothly. It doesn't run right over from there to there. There is a stop, so you're going to be limited to what you can put in there. And the pocket doesn't run right down to the bottom. The pocket stops here and then across. I will give you a wee measurement of that pocket, but inside is a bright interior. They have a little bit of their like logo embedded onto that. I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up, but just a handy, I mean, I do prefer my swing the bag around pocket to be on the side just for convenient, but this is kind of like your top pocket that you place when you don't really want to go into the meat body of the bag. Just in case you did have electronics that you wanted to place in the front, I would say about 6.5 inches up is your most you're going to get out of that. And then across, because the way the zip is, probably 8.5 inches. And that is that pocket. Again, very discreet. So you do, if you can see here, you can feed through your like charger. If you have a power bank, you can place that in there and have that and charge your phone on the go. That is quite handy. I'll show you that once we get in there. The main pocket, you can kind of hide these zips down here. I mean, they're not the best for hiding, but if you get what I mean. You could also probably place a wee lock through this if you had a smaller one, just to add that anti-theft for yourself. A lock doesn't come with it. Open it up. Again, these zips aren't coated, just to be aware of that. And inside, this all remains its boxy kind of shape and style, as you can see. So you can kind of see the inside a bit better than other backpacks that I've reviewed where I'm literally trying to fight to open up the bag. So starting off with this side, this is your kind of organizational side of it. You've got 1, 2, 3 pockets. This middle one is definitely a bit more padded. You've got just thinner ones, so 1 and 2. This does hold a little bit more padding as well. I guess this is the thinnest one. You do have then, it's like this crisscross. You can see it. Goes like that, so the pocket's like this. Be handy for like cards or something. And another 2. Just a little bit of organization. You do have zip pockets here down at the bottom, which is just that mesh net again. I guess it's okay. I just don't fancy the organization that far down, because then I have to like go the furthest, if that makes sense. Like if I'm packing this well up, then that pocket does go amiss, whereas these ones I can kind of slide my hand into, which is grand. So I never really opt to use them, but I'll pack it out to just show you. Then the bottom is well padded, so even if you have any electronics or anything in there, it is really well cushioned. You do have this laptop compartment with this beautiful material. It is so soft. You also have another electronic pocket here that you can use as well, with that soft padding in there too. We are going to give you some measurements on that in a wee second. That's just stunning. And just to give you that idea of that kind of power bank, if you wanted to feed a lead through there, then you would feed it through here. You could probably place it. Wondered if there was a wee pocket there. I don't use it, or I haven't used it till this point at least. You could probably feed it down into one of these pockets, which is really handy, or if you wanted to place it in the bottom and feed it through, really just depends. There is plenty of space for you to do that. Okay, laptop compartment. They give you sizes over on their website as well. They're actually quite good with that. They don't really skimp out on details, which is fantastic. Okay, bottom to top, about a 15-inch and about 10.5 inches across. Now I'm just going to put 2 laptops in here that we have. We've got the smaller one, the 12-inch. That fits in grand. Wonder if that could fit into this one. Could you? No, just missed the cusp of that. I'll give you a measurement of that in 2 minutes. I'm a bit chaotic. Hang on. Then this is the 14-inch, just to give you a bit of an idea. That's why I said probably the 15. I mean, if you wanted to go a bit further up, you could. You would just miss this. That just gives you a rough idea. This other pocket runs up to about 11 inches, and then across Your cutoff point is definitely 9, but I would probably opt for an 8.5 across there, because this across is just slightly 9 inches and a bit, and it doesn't fit in. It's just missing the kind of cusp there. And that is the space. Really nice bright interior as well. You do also have this key lash, which I'm not the biggest fan of. I just feel like it's, I mean, it's really durable, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm pushing this up to its max here. But I just prefer ones that are just slightly easier, that cause no real effort. And I do prefer a bit of elastic. This just feels just a bit flimsy and thrown in, if that makes sense. Let's move on to the back system. So on the back, I have to say this is probably my favorite part of the bag. It is really well cushioned here. Really nice airflow as well. Kind of reminds me of Stubble & Co's mesh. It's just really well cushioned, and just adding that extra comfort as well. Shame, I just love padding when it runs right up to the very top. That's just me being fussy, but it doesn't cause any discomfort at all there. Nice cushion flexibility. As you can see, there is no external straps. It's all simple to the point. There is no sternum strap either, and that mesh and cushion runs right onto the back system that we have here. This goes like lined this way, which is really nice. You do have your luggage slit, which is lovely as well. That is grand over a piece of luggage as well, because of its like compactness and its petiteness of it. It just sits very nicely, and it sits upright and it's not flopping about. Then you do have a wee secret pocket in here, which is really handy for things like your passport. If you're plopping that in there, then you just have that little bit of added security. Or even if you wanted to go for a bit of a bulkier item, that would fit in there as well. Just means that you're kind of protecting your belongings a bit better. And that mesh is down here too, lovely. And the bottom is, as mentioned, really well padded, especially for your laptop compartment, but even for any delicates that you might want to place on the bottom as well. So let's pack her on up. I'm going to start with the main pocket. Laptop. I'm going to put my jacket here at the bottom. I don't really have electronics to place in there, so you can opt to, if you wanted to, have an extra one. I just really have the laptop. I don't really have any other electronics for that. For pockets, we've got these keys. Purse. Can I fit my phone? Can we? Phone. Pen. Still have space here, and this one. I also put my keys in there just to keep them a little bit hidden. You can use that pocket for whatever you need. As you can see, the jacket takes up most of the space already, but that's something I need for everyday use. I'm gonna place my camera in here as well. Got some headphones, essentials. I'm gonna place my inhaler just on the top here. Then I have a bit more space. I'm gonna place a book in this compartment, just so I have it. It's not getting ruined. Makeup bag, and then I just leave the rest of the space. You can still pack it completely up, but then it becomes a bit too chaotic for me. As you can see, this then gets very tight, this front pocket. Little things I like to put in there, like AirPods if I don't fancy using my chunky headphones. And I will place a wee bobble in there. It's really all I can, I mean, you could try and shove more in there, but just then becomes a bit too bulky. This is a 500ml, and that fits snug. Does kind of fall out though. Just being aware of that. It's not as tight as I would like. As mentioned, there is no elastic here, so a bit loose. I don't have a 1 litre, and I'm assuming you are not going to fit in there now. So I think a 1 litre might be a bit better, but I don't even actually think that would fit if that's 500. I suppose, yeah, you've still got a bit of room, but as mentioned, this is a bit loose, so I don't really trust it in there, especially when you're going to like tie your shoelaces and then whoop. Then onto the back. This space can get a bit tight, so I'm placing in a thinner item such as a passport. Okay, let me just give you a weight of this when it's all packed up with what I have. About 9 pounds. So yeah, that's it all packed up. Okay, time for a wee fit check, comfortability, see how this feels on the female body. So for a fit check with a jacket on, I'm just going to show you. Really easy to kind of pull down on these, which is nice. It's super duper lightweight, really comfortable. This is what it's like on me. For reference, I am 5'6". You do have little dangle stoppers here if you want to implement them. I'm not too mad about them. They don't feel like they're getting in the way either. I also don't feel like I need a sternum strap or anything. I do find that they curve well around here. I'm going to show you with a smaller top on. So even for lighter kind of top and not something that is thick. It still curves around the old girls. I do definitely feel the mesh here, which is really comfortable. I do have to say, if I wasn't really wearing this, I wouldn't fancy that mesh rubbing up against my skin. That's just personal preference and sensory issues. Like, I really just wouldn't be a fan of that. So I would opt to have something kind of covering that, but it's not rubbing or anything, which I thought over testing it might, but it's been absolutely grand. And I love the fact that it can be this tapered tight to my back. I know people might prefer it a bit lower, but I'm literally like, the further it can go to my top of my bun, the better. But other than that, it's ideal. I really feel the comfort of the back mesh as well, and I'm not feeling like if you have anything in that back pocket, it's well padded, so you're not feeling that on your back either. So for a wee airline test, this is the measurements to EasyJet, more of a wee budget airline. Be sure to check your measurements up with your own airlines that you plan to go on. But this just gives you a bit of reference. Fits in grand for EasyJet. So for the water test, water does bounce off this, don't get me wrong. In a light little rain, it is absolutely grand. I wouldn't say it is waterproof by any means, because it doesn't have like coating on the zips, or this kind of front pocket here is a little bit more exposed to the rain. But for light rain, absolutely grand. You might find that the seatbelt material will just take a little bit longer to dry. For heavy downpours, I would probably run and get shelter. Okay, time for some pros and cons. So pro number one is going to be subjective to everyone. I definitely feel like this is stylish and such a wee sleek design. Right out of the box, you do get this kind of, I keep forgetting what it's called, but basically a little pocket for this. But you could use this. I don't know if anyone else used to use these in school, like the JD bags. You could use this as an extra bag. Hold on, I choked to death, but as an extra bag as well. But yeah, it comes in really nicely. It can be used in urban settings, outdoor adventures. The materials makes it feel really, really durable, yet lightweight. And it's got that really nice striking balance between style and functionality. I do like the organization within this backpack. It's not too overwhelming, and also the pockets are up at the top, so it means when you're grabbing in, you know where your organization is. And also the effort that they've gone into placing in that kind of lovely material with the laptop compartment. It means if you do want to place in your laptop without a cover, then it is completely safe, and it's super duper easy for getting out for TSA. Another great thing about this backpack is that it is eco-friendly. Carrying this backpack generally makes me feel like I'm contributing to a better planet. So some cons to think about. The first one might be the kind of price point. While I do absolutely believe that you should invest in quality, the Compass backpack is a bit pricier. I mean, not as pricier as other backpacks that I have reviewed, but maybe for an 18 litre, and it really just depends on your budget as well. You might just be a bit hesitant. Just a con for me, I do like how when this isn't in use, it keeps in with that like sleekness, but I just don't like this water bottle compartment. Another thing to know is just a little bit more effort when it came to the key lash, and also the front pocket can become a bit tight when you start packing out this backpack. So that is the end of our review. We hope you enjoyed, and if you did, then why not consider joining the channel and hitting that subscribe button. If you do happen to have a wee gander on Solgaard's website and you're thinking about purchasing this bag or any other bags, any other luggages, yada yada, we would be forever grateful if you could use the links below. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!